Awesome. Can you introduce yourself? What is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Logan. I'm a director and editor. I do various different performance videos. And tonight I'm made for Prodigy.
Yeah, nice. And you're nominated for Best Editor.
Yeah.
This is a video where the editing is very important, the cinematography is very important.
Yeah.
How much of it was planned before going out and doing the shoot?
By its very nature, with a band like Prodigy, you can't really plan for anything.
Yeah.
So, it really is speeding off the crowd. I think Lisbon's a big part of why maybe this was even able to be nominated today, because the Portuguese crowd are so forthcoming. You don't really focus totally on what's on stage. It's more about the energy that they're projecting out the crowd. So, the Portuguese really are the thing that you can't plan for, and they make that video absolutely phenomenal. Put a few little gizmos in there. So essentially, for the first time ever, you could never fly a drone over the crowd, but we had a 360 cam at the top of a 3-meter pole with an incredible operator called Dodzy, who flies this thing around the crowd and then animates it, and it almost sounds like a drone, but almost goes in and out. And you combine that with that massively, what I would say is code rock crowd, and made for the everything.
When you say animated, what do you mean?
So the 360 can go absolutely anywhere. He then takes his shots, and then it'll always be basically pointing down. But there's just so many incredible moments in that night.
And you've worked a lot with the Prodigy. What about their work do you find attractive to work with?
Well, I remember when I was about, I think 11 or 10 years old, being in my lounge back in my hometown of Bournemouth, and I was watching Top of the Pops, and they said, if your grandmother's in the room, you might want to ask her to leave. The next video is Firestar by the Prodigy. And I was thinking, what is that?
Yeah.
I had watched it, and I remember thinking, they look so mean. And as you get a bit older, meanness and all of that sort of, it's totally what you want to work with. Like, it's very easy to make a good video when you've got people covered in tattoos, draped in leather with 1,000 stripes cut off behind them. So that was very much my first.
Yeah, nice. You've also done, am I right in thinking you've done work with Corrupt FM?
Yeah.
And that's like on the relatively lower budget scale, and then also with Brewdog on the kind of more commercial, high-player scale. What's the biggest difference you see between those kind of budget realms?
Nothing. There's no other. There's zero difference between any of those things. Basically, and I think also tonight, I've got to say this with the Bad Music Video Awards, coming and watching the low budget videos, there's zero difference. Basically, if you're going in the right approach and trying to achieve the same thing, it doesn't matter how much budget or who it is in front of the camera. If you've got this thing in mind of what's good and what's right, it's going to work. And that is totally what it happens between corporate and music is. Like, as long as you know what doesn't look shit, what doesn't look fake, which doesn't look contrived, you're always going to be okay.
Can you describe the event today, the videos you've seen so far?
The first one today of the low budget, of the guy talking to his phone.
Yeah, I like that bit.
It's the best video I've seen in the last 15 years. I mean, that's Spike James level. Like, that's so good. And the winner was incredible, and there's so many other nominees that were good. I also think in the low budget, some of the editing was better than my editing. Not bad for. So that worried me a little bit.
What do you think sets the editing apart for the Prodigy video? What do you think sets the editing apart for the Prodigy video versus other videos you've worked on this year?
There's so much happening at any one moment during a Prodigy show, and it's about where you pick. It's not about what's the best moment, it's about what you drop. Right. And I genuinely think it's probably the crowd, and it's showing crowds from new angles. The thing about all live coverage, any type of live editing, is it's been shot from every angle before. So trying to find a way of keeping it really entwined with the music and the vibe, and finding, I don't know, those looks of people in the crowd and the audience that match that energy of music is totally, essential.
Awesome. Yeah, when you get to the screening, you'll be coming up.
Invader, 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 invader.